Hi everyone, my name is Patty Laurel-Filart. Thank you so much for joining me again. I hope that you're being safe and healthy and fit at home. We are all going through a very difficult and uncertain period, and that's why I wanted to reach out and have great conversations with you out there so that even if we are socially distancing and staying put in our homes to help flatten the curve, I still want to make emotional connections with everyone in the community. So this is my way of just saying hello and checking up on all of you. Now today is actually a topic that I have been really wanting to share and talk about with all of you, since I've been receiving a lot of great questions and messages on my Instagram DMs or even on Facebook from friends. And so this is my way of connecting you guys to the fitness experts. So this is actually my way of also sharing whatever has worked for me, because I've been going through a lot of emotions and a lot of changes through this time. And one of the things that has really helped me cope emotionally, physically, and mentally is incorporating a workout routine in my day. And I know that it may sound intimidating for most of you. Sometimes it can feel daunting, but with a bit of help, I promise you it is totally feasible, and I promise you it will be worth it. So today, I invited my good friends in the fitness industry, in the health and fitness industry, and they will be chatting with us today. So if you have time, we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Just give a shout out, say a hello. If you have a funny joke, I'd love that too. But if you have any questions about wellness, fitness, or just a workout routine, then give us a shout out and we'd love to hear from you. Now, let's begin. Our first guest is actually a guy that my husband and I are really so grateful that we actually crossed paths with him in our lives, because he was one of those who really motivated us and encouraged us to really start a fitness regimen from complete zero fitness. So malaki yung pasasalamat namin sa kanya. So I'd like to introduce Coach Chris Palanca. He's one of the founders, of course, of AE Performance. Hi, Coach Chris.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Patty. Thanks for the
Hi,
great
Chris.
introduction. Thanks for having me on the show. It's a great initiative from you and Pat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris. And of course, Chris and his very sexy and lovely wife, Angela, are the ones who really created the community of AE Performance. So if you are from the South, I'm sure you have been hearing so much about AE Performance, which is located in Alabang Country Club. But the beauty about being online right now is that they have more access to a lot of people around the country. So hindi lang South ngayon ang community ng AE Performance. So speaking of AE Performance, I actually have been working closely with this very strong young woman, and she has been leading our Zoom workouts and really challenging us every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I'd like to introduce Coach Ivana Pastrano. Hi, Coach.
Hello,
Hi, good
Coach.
afternoon, Patty. Hello, Coach Chris. Good afternoon. Thank
And
you so
of
much for
course,
this opportunity.
yes, and I think they have no choice kasi silang coaches. And maybe if we give them a hard time with the questions, lalabas in burpee form or in lunges. So I will be kind. But honestly, thank you so much for carving out time for us today, because, before I begin, I think a lot of people out there who are watching right now understand the benefits of working out, of exercising. I mean, it's not something out of the ordinary. We all understand and we all see how important it is for our bodies to move. It's just something very natural. And yet, it's something very difficult also to incorporate into your lifestyle. I understand because I spent my whole life, as in from childhood to adulthood, with zero exercise or zero fitness. In fact, I was very sports phobic. Yung joke ko nga palagi sa mga friends ko, sports minded ako kasi sa mind lang. Sa mind lang yung sports. And yeah, I would always have that sort of intimidation na parang, ay, hindi ako sporty, hindi ako athletic. Or, I would just make jokes about myself. Parang I would just have this defeatist idea na it's just not me. But then when I became a mom, that's when it hit me hard that I had to be strong, because I actually started my motherhood journey with very difficult experiences in the hospital. And that's where I realized, wow, I have to be strong because I am a mother now, and I owe it to my child to be able to take care of him properly. So that's where my whole mindset changed, and it also allowed me to see fitness in a whole new light. So maybe I'm going to share to all of you who's watching right now, and actually, start of, probably most of you are still thinking, ito ba para sa akin ba? Is it something worth considering? So maybe I can share what I love about working out, and hopefully it will be something that will encourage you guys. So for me, I think the first, again, like I touched on it, it helps me, or it makes me feel like a stronger mom or a stronger woman. And every time I go through the sets, and you'll see it in my IG stories, I'm like, ayoko na, ayoko na, hindi ko na to gagawin. Sometimes it's like, this is the last time I'm gonna do this. But then after I complete it, I just feel like, wow, I
Yeah.
did that. I never thought I'd ever get to do that. And it's just an amazing feeling to have that strength. And so maybe for the coaches, if you want to touch on how important that is.
Yeah. So
Um,
of course, uh,
Yes,
any
Coach
physical
Ivana. Yes.
activity, uh, uh, your body responds positively to any load that you give to it. Jogging, walking, running. Of course, as a mom, you've mentioned you want to be stronger for your children, which is great. And of course, it will help you build the strength with working out, the strength, the stamina, the endurance. Of course, you have two toddlers, very young
Yes.
children. They're very active. Their energy is so high,
Mm-hmm.
so you need that you need that stamina to keep up with them, to play with them, to do your work. So yeah, that's the one. The great benefit of working out is you'll be able to build your strength, your endurance, stamina for yourself, of course, and also to give yourself to your family, to your children.
Yes, yes. I'm sure, like, one of my fitness mom goals is Angela Palanca, and the wife of Chris. And I see how strong she is. And it's a strength na parang you're
Right.
also very happy and fulfilled because
Yeah.
hindi ka mainit ulo when you have to grapple your kids, or when you're carrying two kids up a flight of stairs, 'di ba? You're able to still joke and laugh because you have the strength and the stamina to do it, 'di ba? So Chris, how is it for you as a father? You're seeing it, of course, with Angela, di ba?
yeah. Yeah. What you mentioned, that was a really good motivation.
Yeah.
Me also being a parent, and I have three kids. Actually, a good thing to really impart to them at a young age is the importance of fitness in your daily routine. So it's actually also being a role model to them,
Correct.
because when they see you working out, they see you having fun doing it, then it's just natural for them to copy you also. So yeah,
Yes.
for me.
Yeah, it's exactly. I like that you pointed out on the role model thing, because that will really hit a lot of parents. Sometimes ako ganun yung parang you feel detached, like you're teaching your child to do something, and then you have different rules for yourself, right? And it shouldn't be, right? Because of course our children look up to us. And as we teach them values, we teach them to be respectful, we teach them all of these things. Fitness and caring for your bodies is also something we want to model for them, di ba? Yeah, so I like those
Yes.
tips. And okay, my second reason why I love working out, I mean, for me, it is, of course, a no-brainer that it works for your physical overall well-being. But for me, I see that my emotional and mental well-being is really much healthier because I'm able to work out. And I feel it, like I'm not as short-tempered. I think I'm much more pleasant wife to Patrick. So yung mga husbands, suggest nyo yan sa mga wives nyo, and I promise you, mapapansin nyo, mas nagiging good mood yung mga misis nyo. But it's true, as a mother, as a wife, or even if you're not a mom, even a single woman who has a career that's very, very taxing, there are a lot of things that you're carrying. And by being active, you're actually working on your body, but also on your brain is getting sharper. your focus gets better, and yeah, your emotional health is really gonna be pa kumbaga, you're gonna really maximize your mental and emotional well-being. So maybe for Chris, you wanna share on how that is all interconnected?
I think you mentioned it all already.
Oh,
But I think you're talking about there's a chemical kasi that our brain releases, and they're
okay,
called endorphins.
okay.
Those are the ones that make you feel all the things that you mentioned. So feeling good, um, by having a fitness routine, parang it boosts your self-esteem. It
Mm-mm.
also helps you relieve stress. And
Yes,
another thing also is that it improves your sleep, which is a very important thing, especially now. Our schedules
yes.
are disrupted, so we really need to give time in getting proper recovery.
Mm-mm.
So
Galing.
yeah,
I think the sleep thing is something golden that a lot of people are talking about right now. I have experienced it, especially in the start of the lockdown, wherein I was having trouble sleeping. I think kasi ang dami mong iniisip. You know, you're processing all your feelings, you're having anxiety, you're feeling helpless about the situation. And so a lot of people really lost sleep. And so I credit, yeah, exercising to getting a better quality sleep at night, and I believe that that will work wonders, especially for your relationships, 'di ba? When you're well rested, when your body is rested and working and properly, then yeah, it also is a relationship saver as well. And third, I think a lot of us have been talking about our health, and this whole period has made us appreciate, all these things that we learned when we were younger about health, and recalibrating our brains and sort of seeing na, wow, we need to be healthy. Like the goal right now is to really just get through this and be healthy. Like every morning that you wake up healthy is a blessing, diba? So
yes.
maybe for me, one great thing that I love about exercising is really it boosts my immune system. So maybe Coach Ivana, you could share how that works.
Yeah. So with boosting the immune system through exercise, of course, when you're exercising, your heart is pumping more blood and increasing your heart rate, your muscles contracting. So because of all of
Yes.
that, it increases nga blood flow. It also increases lymph flow. Also through exercise, it makes your body roam it more at a higher rate. The immune cells, the lymphatic system. So that's the scientific part of why
Yes.
increase exercise increases your immune system. Yeah, but
Okay,
of
now,
course, uh, you wanna promote that exercise is just one thing. You need, of course, what you talked about, sleep, getting enough sleep, and eating right.
mhm,
So the combination of all those should be there as a whole.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, take note. It's good sleep, exercise, and eating right. The eating right,
Yeah.
medyo follow pa ako doon. Kailangan ko ng divine intervention eh. Medyo nagsistruggle pa ako. But at least the two out of
Yeah.
three. And then the third, I will catch up on that and update you guys. So don't ask me questions on the food part. I like to eat too much. But yeah, I guess what I love also is that, yun nga, we have all these benefits. And as you're watching me right now, I'm sure you guys are already nodding your head. You understand that these are things that are not to be taken for granted. And so if we have encouraged you with those three tips, hopefully you could listen further as to how we can encourage you to start, this whole journey. Now, we can talk about, the specifics in another time. But for now, I guess we just want to encourage all of you watching right now. I'm sure you are in a situation wherein everything is up in the air and you're just trying to find that semblance of normalcy. And I completely understand that you're in this position where you're still navigating, you're still coping and trying to sort of piece things together and create a system that works for you. So we'd like to just encourage you that it is possible to still incorporate a fitness regimen in that very, very busy schedule that you'll have, especially for those who are working from home or even for those families who are just trying to manage the different schedules that you have at home. So we're going to go through some questions that a lot of people have been asking. These are from my friends, from followers. I sort of collated all of them, and I'm going to take advantage of having the two fitness experts with us to just have a chat with you guys. So our first question, ito, marami kasi nagsasabi, nako, wala naman akong gym equipment. Ang mahal naman, nagtitipid na ako ngayon. Tapos paano naman, bibili pa ako ng lahat ng mga equipment na yan. So, we're all trying to navigate through all the financial instabilities of this time. So, Coach Ivana, sabihin natin, meron na motivate. Gusto ko na mag-workout, gusto ko na simulan. Ano ba ang pwede kong gamitin? Like, what can I use at home that won't cost too much so that I can start working out?
So yeah, we have lots of everyday things that you can find in your house that you can makeshift weights. So for example, yun nga, if you see Patty stories or posts, naman, you can see backpack. Here
That's
I have
the
a
best.
backpack. So you can see, I am sure everyone has one.
Yes.
Actually, kahit gym bag, any kind of bag, you can fill it with. Another thing is books. You can do books here. I have books. You can fill it your backpack with books, and of course, it's gonna be. You can adjust. You can customize the weight according to laman. So yeah, you can use this to. You can carry it in front of you. You can carry it in your back, okay, like that, and then you can do your squat, your deadlift. You can hold it like this. So you can press it up for shoulder press, chest press. So there's a lot of options just with a backpack. Okay.
Okay, the
So
backpack is my favorite. Yeah, the backpack is my
yeah.
favorite.
Favorite,
Walang
yeah.
gastos. Everybody has a
Yeah.
backpack or a duffel
Yeah.
bag or a gym bag that you have lying around. So walang gastos. I love that it's flexible enough that you can change the weight. So as you start, you wanna go light first so that hindi rin mabigla yung katawan. And then as the weeks progress, lalakas ka and you can add more. So that's what I find. It's still very challenging. So I love that it doesn't feel like a makeshift equipment. Kasi nga, pwede ka mag-up ng up. Okay, another suggestion kaya. Coach.
Another suggestion is water bottles. I'm sure you have one, either the plastic ones or you have a tumbler. You can fill it with water and then you can use it as dumbbells. So you can do your, again, shoulder press, your rows. It's easier to grip compared to the
Yes.
backpack. Yeah, it's very handy. So yeah. Of course, you have makeshift also equipped bottles, Patty. I've seen your duct tape,
Yes.
your
We have
water bottle.
our water bottles, so that much challenging. But yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It
yeah.
works. It
So, or
works.
yeah. And last, if I'm very sorry, last two, I'm very sure that everyone has a chair, a sturdy chair. I have here something small that I can show to the camera. So you can do a lot of elevated exercise, like elevated push-ups. If you cannot still do the full push-ups, you can do single leg exercises, patong yung isang leg, and do a lot of exercises with a chair or anything elevated with the step ng stair. Can do a
Yes.
lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
then
any
last,
elevated
yeah,
place is actually good. So kami, we use the stairs because
yeah,
Patrick
yeah.
is very tall. So sa kanya yung stairs. But I use the chair or you have a bench or even
Table,
like
yeah.
a sturdy table. And everyone has that at home. So again, walang gastos.
Yeah, exactly. Last, My favorite, the towel. Everyone has one. Towel, shawl, belt, uh, blanket, even blanket. You can use
Yes.
something long, something easy to grip. Okay. With this one also, you can do a lot of arm exercises. So of course, you don't need to again uh, buy anything with a towel. You can do a lot also.
Okay. You know what? That was
Yeah.
one thing that really convinced me to do the Zoom workouts with AE Performance because when you think fitness, when you think workout, 'di ba, parang kailangan na sa studio, kailangan na sa gym. And I will be first to tell you, of course, that's the ideal, We are constantly praying for things to normalize because iba talaga naman. And I won't deny, you really
Yeah.
have a different experience when you're in the gym. Like in AE Performance, we really get the complete performance feeling talaga. But now that we are home, I think because we have these limitations, we still just have to be a bit more creative and it shouldn't hinder us from continuing our fitness journey. In fact, I find that it motivated me when Coach Ivana gave all these suggestions for things na magagamit ko without having to spend. So it actually inspired me to use things in a different way. So yung books na
Mm.
mga anak ko parang wow, worth it pala yung pinambili ko dyan. I got my ROI back. All right, thank you, Coach Ivana. Those are
Of
great
course.
tips for people to get started. Now, Chris, a lot of people always ask this when they ask you mga they've never worked out before, medyo natatakot how to even start or even have that conversation with themselves to begin. And I find that I can really relate because andun ako eh. I was that person who was always like, okay, yes, yes, I know that exercise is good, kaya lang hindi ko masimulan. So, maybe a question. Let's say I'm a beginner with zero fitness experience. How can I even start a regimen? Parang where will I begin?
Well, right now, people have a lot of time. So you can actually incorporate exercise into your routine. And it doesn't have to be every day. I know some people, they have all the time, so they do mga 2 to 3 workouts a day,
Yeah,
because there's also a lot of free stuff online now. But you don't have naman to make big your body into that kind
correct.
of routine. Eh. You can
Mm,
actually start with just 2 to 3 times a week of regular
yes.
exercise. We our workout in AE typically goes for 1 hour, but you can actually compress your workout to just 20 to 30
Yeah.
minutes. So um, it's not so now pressure to
Yes.
do like a
To
whole
start.
1 hour workout. And
Correct.
now I think we're at some places that you're allowed not to go on walks as long as, of course, social distancing.
Mm,
So even just 20 to 30-minute walks per day can go a long way for your body. I
exactly.
mean,
Yes.
right? Uh, yeah. So you can start
Yeah.
by walking, and then you don't even have to run. You can just walk and then run. Those
Yes.
are called focus runs, where you well, me personally, I like doing that because that's also the time when I get to spend by myself and I get to meditate also. I
Exactly.
use the time.
Clear your head. Yeah, yeah. I like that. No, for me, that's exactly what I always share because a lot of moms who have been messaging me always say parang hindi nila alam kung paano magsisimula and they always get intimidated kasi pag pinapanood mo na naman, 'di ba, parang wow, ang galing-galing na nila, level 10 na sila and here you are, you're just trying to start. So, what I say is look to other people online as inspiration, but don't feel pressured to reach their level because everyone starts from somewhere, diba? And so
Exactly.
I always look at other moms who are working out as parang, wow, kaya nila. And hopefully maabot ko rin yan, diba? But at the same time, it shouldn't pressure you too much that you'll already feel so intimidated dahil parang, nako, ang hirap na niyan, hindi ko na lang gagawin, di ba? Give yourself a chance to even just try from the pinaka smallest step. And that's how it worked for me because I was recovering from a C-section. And so I remember with Chris, I had to tell him, Chris, sobrang level -5, hindi pa level 0. I really had to start very, very slow because I wanted to be kind to my body. So for all those who are, starting from -20 pa kayo or whatever, it's still a start. It's still something to be celebrated. And I think you should give yourself a pat on the back, even for just considering that start. And that will be enough to propel you. So, first, I think would be start small. Don't be pressured to reach a certain level of fitness right away. Do what works for you. So if it's just once a week muna maglalakad sa village, or then build it up to two times a week, and then biglang you can incorporate another fitness routine. Just start small, make it feasible, and then hit those targets slowly, and then celebrate those little steps. And before you know it, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be so surprised na parang, wow, ang dami ko na palang nagawa. So yeah, hopefully that encourages everyone out there. Now, Ivana, this is a common question that a lot of women sort of parang find intimidating when they see weights, when they see the gym. Natatakot na sila. Ako, ayoko naman sobrang macho, ayoko naman sobrang laki ng muscles. So they end up not working out anymore because they just have this connotation that they're gonna bulk up. So maybe you could debunk that myth.
Yeah. So, good question, Patty. Thank you for bringing that up. It's a very, very, very common misconception nga.
Yes.
So, so uh, uh, a few things that women who are listening right now should know about lifting weights. Uh, Number one, muscle mass is very difficult for women to acquire. So you see men, the bodybuilders, sobrang laki. You see them doing the heavy lifting, and you're gonna try those heavy lifting. No, that will not happen. You will not have that will not happen to you.
Yes,
It's
yes.
yeah. Since nga it's harder for us if example I give you Pat, you and Pat the same exercise. Pat will instantly build the muscle. You will have some time to build that. So
Mm. Iba yung
also
effect.
lift heavier weight will stimulate more fat loss compared to like regular not so heavy. Also, it will keep you lean, more lean because you're
Like,
exercising your body as a whole. Yeah, the
yes.
more effort you uh, produce by lifting those weights, the more calories you're burning. So also, if you feel like I'm too, I don't think talaga you will end up looking bulky. As
Yes.
long as also being mindful of what you're eating. Of course, that's a different topic. Uh, of course, you'll be bulky if you're not being mindful of what you're
Mm.
just eating anything you
Yes. So
want.
it's
But
balance
dun
also.
yun, dun,
Yes.
yeah, you have to have a balanced diet and incorporate weight if you want to have that lean figure, and then yeah, you can achieve it.
Okay, thank you, Coach Ivana. Okay, now for Chris, because you've mentioned you have 3 kids, and I love that you said nga this is the time for you to be really active with your children. So maybe for all the dads and the moms out there, we're all stuck with our kids 24/7. So, maybe you could just share like how is it in your home? How are you being active with your children?
with our kids. Okay, in our house, well, we work out regularly. So I think I touched on it earlier na parang you want to
Yes.
be a role model to your kids. So when you're working out, feel free to make them join kasi they'll be curious with what you're doing, tapos they'll start
Yes.
copying you. And before you know it, sumasabay na rin sila in your workout, diba?
Oo.
A simple thing like I do with my son, Rafa, is just catching and throwing. So I'm sure like you have a ball. If
Oo.
you have a small kid at home, my son is only 3 years old. So just catching, we've been doing catching and throwing, and it's really good for their motor skills, and it gives them
Mm,
a good workout as well. Hand-eye coordination.
yes.
So yeah, my advice is take them with you
Mm,
when you work out, because they will most likely copy you and join your workout with you.
yes.
Um, right now, also, um, a lot of schools are going into Zoom classes. Uh, if you want more of a structured program, AE also actually has
Yes. Beyond
online
outlet.
junior
Yeah.
programs.
Yeah. So of course we're gonna share, of course, more. Maybe later on we could also share a link that will lead you guys to the Instagram of AE Performance. They have a great program for kids, and what I love is that parang naka-break down sa age group. So you can actually choose the age group that will work for your child. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. Yung sa amin talaga, it's a given. Like we're never alone. Our kids are, ransacking
Yeah.
the house. So, kasama na sila sa workout. And I guess as parents, you just have to let it go. Like, if your workout is not as disciplined as it would be, let's say if you're in the studio or the gym because the kids are there, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, like what Chris mentioned, they're gonna see how wonderful it is to incorporate fitness and exercise. So for that alone, it will be worth it down the road, diba? So maybe Ivana, again, I'll ask you. A lot of people right now are thinking, it's just hard to sort of change your mindset to get into the groove of, accepting that, okay, I've been doing this for X number of years and I've never really exercised. Like, how do I change my mindset? Like, what would be your motivation?
Actually, yeah, it's a common problem. I think you and Coach Chris touched on that earlier. Uh, of course, I respect that. If you're not ready, of course, no one
Yes.
can force you to start. But
Yes.
if initially, if you want to try na something, of course, like what you said, start small. Better if you have a okay, write your goals, what you can research on what options you have. There's
Mhm.
so much nga available right now online. Baby steps, of course, and then how do you motivate yourself to go just do it, diba? It's better also if you have a friend that you can tag along.
Yes.
So you have or a group that you can uh, maybe what to do.
Mhm.
Kasi better nga if you have someone to be accountable for, and then
Exactly.
also it will motivate you more, and then you will build nga a group camaraderie. So yeah, more of course since nga we're social distancing, you'll be
Yes.
able to socialize if you have a group or if you have a body with you exercising.
Yes. And I just want to give a shout out to our 7 a.m. crew, the Para sa Abs. Like, we're celebrating our 1 year anniversary soon. Nox. We're celebrating. But yeah, because I love it because, Coach Ivana just has so much command in we're like a very unruly group and lahat kami nanay at tatay. But kaya ni Coach Ivana kami i-discipline in a fun way, of course. But yeah, I really resonate with that. If it could help you, find people who will encourage you but give realistic goals as well. I think
Yeah,
yun nga,
baby
find
steps. Yeah.
people you can feel comfortable with. Like, people you can whine with, like yung magre-reklamo lang about a certain exercise na mahirap, at least may intindihan nila rin, di ba, where you're at. So
Yeah.
find people who have that same understanding of the fitness journey. So for me,
Yeah.
like I remember we started with sila Maggie, me and Maggie started yun nga parang nako, hindi kami sporty, hindi kami athletic. So when we would see an exercise, medyo intimidated kami in the start. But right
Mhm.
now, Maggie has completely changed wherein ini-instruct pa lang kami ni Coach Ivana and she's already thinking of the next challenging option. So it's remarkable to see how your friends are also growing through their fitness journey, and it
Exactly.
inspires you to also grow in your own journey. So yes, I highly recommend finding people who will be your support system. And again, you'll be accountable to them and you can check up on each other, encourage one
Yeah,
another.
exactly.
And pag nakita mo, uy, ang lakas mo na, di ba? Parang kinikilig kayo
Really,
for each
yeah.
other,
Yeah,
di
yeah.
ba? I mean, you
You'll
end
be
up cheering
motivated
one
too. Yeah.
another. Yes. But I also understand that there are some who prefer to just do it
On your
alone.
own.
And again, there's also beauty in working out alone because it gives you time to decompress, especially if you have a very high stress job. For me, when I'm able to work out alone, because I also do Pilates, and that's my me time for the week. It's also nice kasi
Mhm.
parang you can clear your head and you're giving yourself the gift of exercise also. So yeah, whether you're the type na pang group or you're the type na solo trainer, I think AE Performance then also has, solo training, tas meron din pang group. So yeah, figure out what type you are and then work with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think marami rin nagtatanong, di ba? So, now that the people are really encouraged to try something, and if we have been encouraging you, we consider ourselves lucky that you are actually considering it right now. So, maybe for Chris, let's say this person who is watching us right now, one of our lovely viewers, is actually considering, okay, sa Monday, magsisimula na ako ng healthy living or will try to incorporate exercise. What should they look for when they're searching for, let's say, an app or a YouTube video or a virtual coaching program online? Ano yung mga factors na kailangan nila hanapin?
Um, for me, siguro, the most important would be to work with a qualified coach um, who really knows how to program based on what you really need.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Kasi like you said nga kanina, parang um, you don't want to jump into like a full-blown fitness program. So we actually can go with your current fitness level and progress. A
Yes.
qualified coach can progress you to, I mean, through your transition to a more advanced program. With regards to what's out there now, there's so many free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you wanna go for the tried and tested programs. Parang now's not the time to try something na hindi mo alam. Kasi the last thing you
Yes.
want right the last thing you want right now is to get an injury, di ba? I mean, you're already
Exactly.
stuck at home tapos may
Yes.
injure ka
Please
pa.
don't. Yes,
Parang
yes.
it's
So this
gonna
is
set
not
you
the
back.
time to risk. Yes, this is not the time to risk. I think I echo the same sentiments of Coach Chris. You also have to be very wise and discerning. So before downloading that app or checking that video, maybe it's good to do your research on the reviews first. Ask friends who you trust if they've tried it, 'di ba? And what they feel about a certain program. And yun nga, like do your diligent research just so that we can avoid any unnecessary injuries because we want you to be fit, we want you to be healthy, pero wag bali-bali yung mga buto nyo. All right, maybe
Yeah.
back to what to connect to what Chris was mentioning. So for Coach Ivana, especially since you have a degree in BS Sports Science, and I think that's what I love about Coach Ivana and the rest of the coaches in AE Performance. Lahat kayo talagang certified, and it puts me at peace knowing that I am training with someone who really studied all the details. And so I know that I'm putting my faith with someone who knows what they're teaching me. And so maybe for those na medyo, kunyari, medyo nai-intimidate pumasok sa isang fitness journey dahil may injury or dahil masakit yung likod nila or they have pre-existing medical conditions, what would you recommend for them? I think Coach Ivana. Is Coach there? Okay, we'll pause first.
Yeah.
There. Okay.
If you have a medical condition, pre-existing medical condition, better if you have a go signal with your doctor. Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, you can repeat lang.
Okay.
Yeah, just repeat. Yeah, repeat. Okay, again. I'll ask the question na lang again.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, Coach Ivana, for those who have had like a pre-existing medical condition, what would you recommend?
Okay.
Anytime?
So, if you have some, if you're pre-existing, if you have someone who has a pre-existing medical condition, better if you consult your doctor first. If you have it can give you a go signal to work out. And then if you have injuries naman, like I know the low back pain, wrist injuries, very, very common. Better if you start on a strength and conditioning program because definitely that will help you address that. Of course, that health is an investment, not an expense. That's why a coach will come into that if you have specific things that you want to be addressed. So yeah, so it will be a good investment.
Yes. Okay. I highly recommend also going for someone who's already studied it and who is certified because again, whether we're in the quarantine situation or even when we go back to the new normal, it's still best to go with someone who's trusted and who will really, take care of you because you have to take care of your body as well. Now, this question I just thought of now and I just wanted to ask also for you guys because I know a lot of people, their concern is always the time. They're always saying like, ang dami ko masyadong ginagawa, wala talaga akong time. So what would be your recommendation for those who are parang hindi nila alam kung saan nila ipa-plug? For you, Coach Ivana, what works for you for making time to work out?
Making time to work out, of course, I understand everyone has work, family, obligations, responsibility in the house. Find that 20 to 30 minutes a day. That just there's 24 hours a day, and 20 to 30 minutes is so small. Also, exercise any time of the day is better than no exercise at all.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Agree.
any movement, just walk. Yeah, walk around. If you have like the steps on your phone, you can walk around your house. You can count your steps. Of course, each day try to increase your steps. So yeah, of course, you have to follow a schedule also. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, what
Thank
works
you,
for you?
Coach. Yes. How about for Coach Chris? What would be your tip?
Sa akin, if something is important to you, kasi you will make time for it, di ba?
Yes.
So, kunyari, if you have a condition, tapos you have to take medication, right? You still have to take the medicine, right? For you to get better. So just like fitness, if it's important, you will make time for it.
Yes.
And
I like that mindset. Yeah. That's really
and
and
Ivana mentioned that you can do stuff at home. I think work from home setup requires you to be sitting down a lot. So a small thing you can do is you can place your laptop on something high and just stand up because it will be good
correct.
for your posture.
Yes, and also for the blood to sort of circulate. Yeah, but I like that. I think also for both tips, with Coach Ivana, it's like we understand the reality of the situation, and I know it's true when people really say wala talaga akong time, and I've been there. So it's something that resonates with me. But same as what Chris mentioned, when you find how important it is and you tag the value, then you will be able to make time. And I know it sounds very abstract right now, especially pag hindi mo pa naiintindihan how much of value it is. But give it, I guess the best thing for those who have completely no experience, like just commit to at least a week. And then you'll see how much your body and your mind and even your heart will feel much better. And then you'll be able to ascribe that sort of importance and value to it. So just take this chance, guys. I know that it's hard, but just take a chance and just commit to, let's say, a week. Okay, for this week, I'm gonna do 20 minutes a day. I'm gonna walk around. Even maglilinis ako, mag-organize ako ng bahay, basta I'm moving.
Pwede.
And then, put the timer on and then say, oh sige, mag-organize ako ng storage room. You know, i-organize ko, lilinisin ko, pump up the volume of your music, use Spotify, walang gastos at all, and I promise you, you're gonna feel better after that 20 minutes, and then commit to the next day another 20 minutes. So, if you could just give yourself that, I promise you, you'll understand na, ito pala yung sinasabi nila, na pag naintindihan mo na yon, then you'll be able to see the importance of it. So, guys, thank you so much for your great tips and suggestions, and hopefully for those who have been sending all your comments and your messages, thank you for joining us as well. But before I let you go, our coaches, maybe you have just a few words to just encourage everyone to get fit and healthy at home. Maybe we'll start with Coach Ivana.
Yeah, I know it's been difficult. It's a difficult time, and I know a lot of people also want to prioritize their health now more than ever. So make sure nga you keep moving. It doesn't have to be workout agad. Just keep moving. Uh, do more. As long as your movement is life, okay, movement is medicine. Okay, you'll do fine.
Yes. How about for Coach Chris?
Yeah, I just want to encourage everyone now's the time to really invest in your health, especially with the virus. We need to keep our immune system high. So it's if there's a time to start a fitness regimen, now's the time to really do it. Do it for yourself, for your family members living with you. Everyone will benefit from you becoming more healthy and giving importance to your fitness routine.
Yes. And you know what? I think right now, for those who are actually interested, like I mentioned, Patrick and I started really seriously a year ago in AE. And since it's just a 2-minute drive from our house, it was really something that we look forward to. And nakakatawa, parang naging date naging date na namin ni Pat. So, even for that, for all the couples out there, I also suggest, getting fit with your partners, because I think for now, it's nice also to share something new, to learn something new together. So, if you could have a tag team, whether it's your spouse, your boyfriend, or even your mom, your dad, di ba? Parang find someone who you can partner with for this journey. And Coach Chris, the beauty about AE Performance right now, guys, they can actually go to your homes virtually, so you don't have to move. You can still do your part by staying home and staying safe, but still incorporate fitness and have the guidance of a certified coach. So, Coach Chris, maybe just quickly before we go, maybe you can run us through paano ba to? Like, what do they do? How do they sign up for a program with AE Performance?
Actually, you can visit our Instagram page and send us a message. We actually offer free trials now, so you can try out our sessions for free for your first time. And if you
Yes.
do sign up, our current packages are on 20% off. So they're
Okay.
more reasonable and affordable for you.
Yes.
Like Patty mentioned, we have individual, semi-private, and group sessions. So there's a program to fit your kind of requirements. So whether you want to work out alone or bring a buddy, your husband, your wife, or if you want to form a group with your friends to keep you to make it fun and interactive and motivating, we also have those. So you can just send us a message and schedule your trial, and then let's go from there.
Yeah, okay. So guys, you know what? They're really friendly. As friendly as you've seen them now. They're friendly in reality. And yeah, I guess, I appreciate all these apps and all the YouTube videos that we see online. And I'm just so grateful for technology that we're able to, access all these information that we have online. But if you are a beginner and you just need someone to emotionally hold your hand through this journey, I highly recommend going for a certified coach. Iba talaga when someone is encouraging you, motivating you, and creating a program that's customized to your needs. And so I'm one of those who have benefited from really walking alongside Coach Ivana for the whole year. And we have our 7 a.m. crew also sharing the benefits of how we've seen it change us also by, going through the whole journey with someone who will really motivate us. So, yeah, if you are curious, then just check out their Instagram. We're going to flash it quickly there for you guys. So just drop them a line, ask questions, and they'll happily accommodate you. So, again, to all of you who have been watching and who are just curious about fitness, I just want to encourage you guys that you can do it. Start small and be your own cheerleader, and you'll be amazed that by these little baby steps, you will really be able to change your whole mindset, change your body, change your emotional health, and I promise you, it will really be worth it. Yung mahirap lang talaga yung start, but
Yeah.
once you get through it, you're gonna do an amazing job. So thank you so much, Coach Ivana and Coach Chris, for sharing
Of
your
course.
wisdom and your practical tips with us. So to everyone watching, we'll see you again next time.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Patty.
Thank you,
Thank you, Coach
Patty.
Chris.
Thanks, Coach Urbana.